FreshBaked today, we have a little bit of construction, a little bit of operations, some news about Web Slingers and Oogie Boogie Bash, and an update on nighttime shows at the resort like World of Color and Fantasmic. So stay tuned. All that is coming up next on FreshBaked. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to FreshBaked. We've got some updates for you from around the park, and we're going to start with some really good news that I heard about Web Slingers and Oogie Boogie Bash, and that is that it's going to happen. We're going to be able to ride Web Slingers during the Oogie Boogie Bash. Disney has confirmed that it will be happening, though we don't have any details yet about how it will happen, i.e. whether or not it'll be virtual queue or standby or some combination thereof. And this is interesting news because this is the first time that we've had a hard ticket event like an After Dark event or something like that with a ride that is currently being under the virtual queue system. Now in 2019, Rise of the Resistance wasn't a thing yet. I mean, it was in Disneyland anyway, so there would have been no conflict with DCA and Oogie Boogie. But the last After Dark event, the 80s night, I think it was 80s night, Rise of the Resistance was open, but it wasn't open for the After Dark event. They kept that attraction closed. So it's going to be interesting to see how they operate Web Slingers during Oogie Boogie. I'm hoping that they go for just a pure standby. That's what I'm really rooting for that. I'm hoping for pure standby, if only because it'll give us a chance to see how a virtual queue type attraction reacts to no virtual queue at all. I want to see what happens. I mean, Oogie Boogie is not going to be a full park event. It's very limited attendance for these things, so I don't expect there to be a throng of guests crushing down on top of Web Slingers. So I think it's a chance to see how it operates under normal, normal park conditions. Well, close to normal anyway. Either way, we're going to be there on September 9th, opening night. We'll give you the full breakdown on what they're doing with Web Slingers. Stay tuned for that. And while we're on that topic, I've got more Oogie Boogie news for you. It's kind of a small story, but word on the street is that there's going to be a new treat trail, a new hosted treat trail. You guys remember they did some amazing stuff with Oogie Boogie, Evil Queen, Maleficent, Mad Hatter. There were some great treat trails. We're going to get a new one, I'm hearing, this year. Look for Cruella to appear as a hosted treat trail for Oogie Boogie. Safe to assume it won't be the animated Cruella that we see right now in Disneyland. More likely it's going to be the younger live-action Cruella that we are seeing in the theaters and on Disney Plus right now. Okay, next we've got our first look at construction progress on the new DVC tower being built at the Disneyland Hotel site. You might have forgotten about this because the parks closed just as they were announcing plans to build it, but yes, there is a fourth tower being built back there, and it will be DVC only. It's early stages at the moment, mostly dirt, but that's the best part, am I right? Like I said, you can't really see much from this right now, but what I can tell you is this. The DVC hotel that they're building right now is the reason, I believe, that we haven't seen Goofy's Kitchen reopen yet. Wow, they got Storyttellers reopening, Minnie's Breakfast is opening soon at Plaza Inn. Why not Goofy's Kitchen? Well, there you go. And that's also why you haven't seen the other towers, the other Disneyland towers reopen yet. I think for right now it's just the Fantasyland Tower, if I'm not mistaken. But what I'm hearing is that while they're building this, while they're in this phase of construction for the DVC tower, they had to turn on or turn off electrical and water. So no service to those areas near to the DVC site. There probably are other areas being affected as well, but these are the newsworthy ones. I'm not sure. I don't know if this has anything to do with Steakhouse 55. It feels like they could have waited for Steakhouse if they wanted to keep that open, but it's probably not related. Unrelated also, but totally surprising, is check this scene out. Quick, try to identify where this is in Disneyland. This is from FreshBaked Street Team member Disney Adventure Vlogs on Twitter. And look at those scrims. I haven't seen anything like that ever. They used to be just the no-seam green type scrim that they would put up. Then they came up with those scrims that looked like the building that they were covering. But this is new and different. I kind of like it. Close-up should have revealed at this point by now that we're in New Orleans Square. It's funny though how thoroughly they hid the building because people are legit lost. So what you're looking at is actually the Royal Street veranda. And then you can follow it along that path to the right down Royal Street towards Blue Bayou and the Pirates exit. As for what they're doing, I don't have any direct info, but logic suggests that this is just paint and polish. Normally that's the case when you see scaffolding and scrim without there being any sort of other, announcement or advance notice from Disney. If they were doing something bigger than just paint and polish, we would have heard something from Disney by now. And no, I don't think, before you ask, I don't think it has anything to do either with this. That's still going to be nothing more than a gift shop. We'll try and stop by on Saturday, though, to see if I can't get any more information on that. Tomorrowland next, where you've probably already seen these walls around Finding Nemo, and this is our visual confirmation. Not much else to report on here other than to say, that Finding Nemo is actually coming back. Still can't believe it. But for the record, even though I predicted that it would see its total demise, I didn't think Nemo would ever reopen again. I can say that I am 100% pleased with this news. I don't know if that came through or not, but I am very grateful, very happy that Finding Nemo Lagoon is back, because if you lose the Finding Nemo Lagoon and the Finding Nemo boats, you lose this. How anyone would ever want to get rid of this is incomprehensible to me. All in the name of a new ride. No thank you. You know what? New rides are overrated. I'm just going to put that out there. New rides are overrated as far as this guy's concerned. All right, let's go to California Adventure, where we got a few other small stories. More Scrim out on Flos V8 Cafe, and again, nothing here, I don't think. I mean, it's not a major part of the building anyway, but it's just paint and polish, I'm sure. All these buildings go through this eventually. And lastly, we got confirmation on Twitter that not only are character breakfasts back, but they are buffet. That's a Storyttellers Cafe bread service station at a Storyttellers Cafe breakfast buffet. I don't know why, but this makes me so very, very happy. Let us rejoice. Yeah! I love a buffet. Sorry, I gotta take it down a notch though. We got some bad news. If you've been wondering about Fantasmic, what I'm hearing is that it's gonna be a little while before we see Fantasmic again. We're not even close, actually. Whatever it is that they have to do, I don't know if it's a refurb or just get the thing show ready. Whatever it is that they have to do, they're not even gonna start until January. I don't know why, but obviously there's some kind of reason. I thought it might be the Columbia. I thought they were waiting. They're waiting for something. And I thought they might be waiting for the Columbia, but it looks like that's back up and running. So I'm not sure what the delay is, or if there is one. They're just planning for January. Similar story for World of Color, where it sounds like they are in fact going through an extensive update on the show, so much so that they'll need to drain the bay. Look for that draining to happen sometime in September, and then you'll probably see the show reopen. I'm guessing January. Christmas might be optimistic, but January seems most likely. If only because I expect the lagoon to be closed for at least a month or two. It takes that long typically, what I've seen in the past. When they drain it, that's because they had to do a lot of work. So I'm guessing January for World of Color. And that's it. That's our construction, operations, news, rumors, and whatever update for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at _FreshBaked, on Twitter at FreshBaked Disney, that's fresh with no E, and on TikTok at FreshBaked Disney. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another, you guys. We love you very much, and we'll see you next time. FreshBaked.